Welcome to the Race Across America 2003 starting line. The race will begin here at the waterfront of downtown San Diego. The riders will continue south into the city, then east out of downtown. Alton Across America continues with a marathon ride across the state of Arizona, his first sleep break, and continue on through New Mexico. From the beaches of San Diego to the boardwalk of Atlantic City, Alton Across America begins in 30 seconds.
Here they are, 18 and count. Look at their faces. You're a lot of the supporters, crew members, friends and family. You're going to be seeing them, but never so relaxed. Well, I guess there's definitions of relaxed though on the road. But one last time here in a very big way, let's show them how much we appreciate what they're about to do. Let's put your hands together for the competitors of the Inside 2003 Race Across America. Oh, a nice moment between Larsen and his young daughter on Father's Day, ladies and gentlemen. Saying goodbye to his baby. That's all right. You'll see her soon, buddy. I'll count it down from 15, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There they go, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck and Godspeed to all the crews here. Racers safe. We love you. Take care. All right.
Okay, I see yellow.
That's Allen right there, I believe. It's got red bars. Good job, Allen! Crew members, about 10-15 miles ago, Allen had a blowout after me and Adam filmed Allen in the lead. So it's kind of a bummer, but you know what? It's all right. It's just how things happen around here. It's a ride, and Allen's riding his race, and I'm happy for him. I'm glad that he's riding his race. He's not trying to set any world record. I just want him to be comfortable on his bike.
We're in Pine Valley, time station 1. I'm actually not sure which place he's in because I came in behind him. Fourth? Mickey says it was fourth. Is that counting John Howard? So he's in third. John Howard was in the pack. And he's doing real good. He had a tire blowout about 5 miles back. Fortunately, we were right behind him and actually saw it blow. And so it just took half a minute to change the tire, and he's back on the bike.
How was the heat affecting you?
It's not really. It's about 82 degrees out right now, and he's ridden this course right here in this same temperature, so it's just about 10 miles east. It's going to start getting real hot. But he's doing good. He's taking a lot of liquid.
All right, Peter. Alton is currently in 4th place right now. Seems to be doing pretty well. Have you been surprised at all by how well the competition is doing?
Well, Adam. No, actually not. We were expecting probably more people to be out front, just because the Europeans everybody was saying they were going to jump out to a good lead and ride hard for about 1 or 2 days and then hopefully back off, just because they are not used to endurance. He was in the lead of the pack most of the way up the hill. When he jumped onto the freeway, just a few miles before Pine Valley, time station 1, the couple guys went around him. But that was good to see, because we didn't want to see Alton trying to keep ahead of everybody, especially the guys who just wanted to go fast on day 1.
Now, it's still morning, and we're still going into the desert. It's going to get a lot hotter and a lot warmer, and the competition's going to get a lot more fierce. How do you think he's going to ride for the latter part of the day?
Well, I think it's 82 degrees at Pine Valley, which was about 4,000 foot of elevation. He's going to go about 70 miles now and just head into the hottest, driest desert you'd ever imagine. It's going to get up over 100, and there's going to be just dust blowing. But we're well stocked for us, and he's just probably going to consume a lot of water. He's going to be very focused. He's not going to probably say very much on the radio. He's just going to put his head down, and actually, from what he said on the training ride, he's hoping for a headwind because that will help cool him down.
Right here, Al.
Come on out. Right here, buddy.
Right here, Al. Well, he's been pushing it real hard. Well, trying to not to push too hard. In the last, 15 miles or so, it's been about 106, 170 degrees. He's got a little bit too high liquid intake. He's running about 55 to 60 ounces per 3-hour average, 60 ounces per hour average. That's higher than he wants to be. He's been feeling like he's going to throw up for the last hour. He did just about 2 minutes ago puked quite a bit of water up. That will actually be good for him. He'll get some of that extra water out of his belly. He'll feel better a little soon. We'll get some ice on his feet and cool him down. He'll be fine. He's doing all right. You got the stop rod.
He's got to know where to turn. No, just a dirt bike with good suspension. Anthony would love it out here, Dave.
Set up his job.
I'm recording here. It's zoomed in all the way.
The crew's doing okay. They're pretty hot. They're trying to figure out how to keep him cool. On the first part of the race, we were having trouble keeping him cool. We couldn't stay with him and spray him down. So He was drinking more water than he should. He's kind of eased off on that a little bit. He's trying to hold himself back from drinking too much water. Not feeling real well. The heat's hurting him, but he's doing okay. We've had some electrical problems. We've worked with that. We've got that going again. The van's having trouble just because of the heat, but we're getting better on that. And the crew spirits are fine. We're just hoping that he can get through the day, get through this heat from today, and then we should be okay.
Allen's Race Across America is being brought to you in part by DeVere & Sons Distributing, Intermountain Appliance, North Bend Bar and Grill, Shoemaker, and Montgomery Massage.
If you can see the overpass and the bridge, call me, all right? And then we'll try and go get a pump and have it prepaid. So all we have to do is pump, and then you guys go, all right? We'll talk to the official. We'll talk to the officials. But we need to get another amber light. We need amber lights on the back. That's, I think, the problem. Kish just came through the time station. Yeah, he just got here.
We are now just a few miles away from the California border and run into an interesting problem with the crews. There is an official RAAM regulation that says that at nighttime, after the sun sets, the rider must be accompanied by a pace vehicle at all times. The pace vehicle is not allowed to leave the rider. Well, the sun is just set, and the pace vehicle needs to be fueled up, which means that Allen cannot continue past this place without the van. Now, he's in no mood to stop. Allen is riding very strong, and with the cooler temperatures, thinks he can go a significant distance further. However, with the pace vehicle out of fuel, it's doubtful he'll be able to continue. The off crew is going to attempt to quickly refuel the van and restock everything in the pace vehicle while at the same time retrofitting Clint's car to be used as a substitute temporary pace vehicle.
Duct tape! If you want to. There's an art to duct tape.
Oh, you found duct tape? Good. Okay, so we got the duct tape. So we just got to get the triangle here.
We've hooked Clint's car up so we could be the auxiliary vehicle while the van's gassing up. They need fuel to get through the rest of the night. They're about a mile out, so Allen does not want to stop with the vehicle. If he didn't get this hooked up, he would have to stop because it's too dark, and a rider cannot ride outside of the beam of the headlights at night. So we're going to get this car going while the van's fueling up to allow him to keep going and not stop.
Allen was up in 111-degree temperatures today, so he was having a pretty tough time. Now it's dipped down to about 82, and so he's starting to cruise, so we got to keep up with him, and we're going to try to push him all night. That was the original plan. He was having second thoughts, but we're going to try to keep him on it.
So he's trying to go down for sleep.
Sounds like it.
We asked him that.
Well, Alan's pretty tired. He's been riding for about 36 to 40 hours. I'm not too sure how long. He's been riding for a long time straight, and he's pretty whooped. And we've been driving down the road a lot longer than we really should have. And he should be arriving here any moment. He needs to lay down. He needs to get cooled off, and he might take a sleep break. I'm not too sure what exactly is going to happen. Things are going to be a little tense when he shows up, which is all right, I understand. But hope everything goes cool.
He wouldn't be liking that. Leave it here. It's fine. He's tired. He needs to rest.
So you think he's going to sleep?
Darken it.
In the middle of the Arizona desert, the crew has to make a decision. Should they push Allen over another segment to another time station after nearly 35 to 40 hours on the bike nonstop, or should they allow him to get a midday rest, confusing his sleep cycle for the rest of the race?
I think he has the strength in him right now to go.
I agree.
I think he's
Should
just
go right
really,
now. Pressure now that
He's really tired. It's really warm. He has no idea where people are behind him because we don't know either. And I think he wants to go because if he sleeps now, the rest of the week's messed up a sleep schedule.
We'll go with it. Right.
Bicycle. There we go.
Hey,
Good job, yeah.
Oh, Alan is doing really good. He's just been on the bike a long time, so his body's tired. His one side of his one knee's hurting him a little bit, probably from when he took that spill way back when he was going through the desert that first day. So we took care of that. We've rubbed him down, just taking care of his neck and shoulders. That gets a bit sore from holding his neck up so much. But otherwise, he's doing really good, really strong.
It's nappy time for the ogre. He was getting awful rough, I'd say. It's time to go to bed and get his blanket out and his graham crackers. I would expect possibly 2 sleep cycles, 3 hours.
Now, if he takes off now on his bike because he can't sleep, he may be dead tired in 3 hours. So the motorhome's going to have to stay close. I mean, like really close. So.
Glad to have you on board there, Adam.
Glad to be here, Alan. Way to ride.
Ridiculous, but I'm surprisingly rejuvenated.
All right, Alan, you rode for 35 straight hours without taking a nap. You lay down for 15 minutes, now you're riding strong. How do you feel?
I feel like I wish I had some sleep, but it just didn't happen. So, back on the bike.
Hey, Alan, I hear you going on.
Can't sleep yet. I want to go till after to be peeled off the bike. Then I'll be able to sleep.
Well, it is 3:30 a.m. race time, and we are at the border between New Mexico and Arizona, where Alan Larsen has still not taken a sleep break. Now, if he continues on into New Mexico, he will have gone a whopping 45 hours nonstop on the bike since the race began in San Diego Sunday morning. This is the kind of performance that even has RAAM veteran Danny Chu shaking his head in amazement.
Way to go, Alan. Good job.
I use Hammer Nutrition for virtually all of my fueling needs. It's the best endurance fuel I've found. For the finest in endurance fueling and nutritional supplements, Hammer Nutrition. Allen's Race Across America is being brought to you in part by Inland Internet, connecting Roslyn and the Upper County to the rest of the world, and R&R Cable, your hometown connection.
Okay, Mickey, last night at 4:30 in the morning, Allen finally went down for a sleep break. His first one. What happened then?
I lifted my hands to the sky and said, "Hallelujah, I gotta go to sleep." Actually, he slept for about an hour and 10 minutes. Allen left the camp at 6 o'clock, and Marco Bello passed a little after 9, so he still got a 3-hour lead on him, which is good. That's pathetic. Big river? Dude, we have creeks. The creek in my backyard's bigger than that.
That wasn't the Rio Grande, was it?
That was
You
the
think
Rio
it was the real
Grande.
pathetic? It was the real guy.
That was...
Allen, how's it feel to get a visit from an old friend?
That was really cool having Johnny stop by on the course. He's one of my bigger sponsors, and I'm really appreciative.
Fantastic. Do you expect he'll stick around for a while and you see him further up?
Yeah, he said he was going to stick around to Tucumcari. I don't know how far that is. I just keep riding.
Fantastic. Well, you know that you have a big lead now and your lead's getting bigger by the mile. How's it make you feel?
This is what I hope to do. It's very early in the race. Hope I can keep doing it. RAAM makes all kinds of crap come out of your nose. This is only day 3.
Stay right there.
On interstate again.
Well, the weather, first of all, is very, very dark out. It's about, what time is it? Race time about 2 o'clock in the morning. We're getting close to Texas. The weather was, it's been raining and we get lots of lightning in the distance. We just went through a torrential rain for about 5 minutes, but now it's clearing up a little bit. Got some headwinds going right now. But I just talked with Peter and Allen's going strong. He's behind us a few hours. He's going to try to push it till 6 o'clock in the morning.
We're about 20 to 25 miles from Texas. Allen just went down for an hour-and-a-half sleep. He just rode through some just driving rainstorms. It was kind of cold out. It's 60 degrees now, but when he's soaked, it gets cold. Second half of New Mexico here, he was just flying. He got ahead of most of the storms. It sounds like everybody behind him was getting caught up in the really bad stuff, which is a tremendous advantage. Motorhome was ahead of Allen about a time station, planning for 6 a.m., approximately 6 a.m. Sleep time for Allen. When the rainstorm hit, he was saying he didn't really want to drive right through it, so he said to have the motorhome come back. We had coordination, just trying to get the motorhome in place for Allen, which is pretty difficult just because cell phone coverage is non-existent all along this RAAM route.
we really don't have communication between any of the vehicles until they're really within about a quarter mile of each other with the radios. And so in this case, motorhome was racing back to find a nice spot for Allen, and Allen was riding forward, and they passed each other. So the motorhome had to take a U-turn, fly up ahead, and quickly prepare for Allen to come in and get his rub down, his fuel, and get some sleep.
Allen is getting tired and is getting ready to go to sleep. Obviously, the anticipation of having a rest plays a big part in his attitude on the bike. How do you coax him along until that point where you're going to finally put him down to bed?
That's kind of a tough question because we really don't have to coax him a lot. If he's falling asleep, I think Dave's the expert at it, and just shouting at him, yelling at him, making sure he stays straight on the road on the right-hand side of the lane. But really, Allen just goes into a mental state where he knows X miles ahead of him is a bed waiting, and he just puts his head down and he just pedals to that point. Now, the problem that happens is when he gets to that point and there's no bed, as in tonight. And so then it's the tough part is getting him into bed and getting him not thinking about the fact that the motorhome wasn't where he thought it was going to be, and it upsets him. So.
Oh, I understand. It's always good to re-emphasize at this point. Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm sure sorry.
With Team Vel, when we put Allen down to bed, Larry called in to the message center to see if we had any messages, and that's where we found out that Team Vel, one of the riders, was struck and killed tonight by a semi. They were, I guess, in Pie Town, a few time stations back. We really don't know anything more about it. If they were in these driving rainstorms, we could see how you couldn't see. We're not going to tell Allen when he first gets up on his bike because he's always really tired and really slow to get moving.
There's nothing on me that doesn't hurt. Wait, my hair feels okay. Good.
It looks great too.
I could pull on it. Oh no, more liquid food.
Yes.
You want your version of a cold one?
2 hours, 2 minutes.
Well done, everybody. Tell everybody.
Good job.
Alan, we love you, brother.
Good going, Alan.
Are they ready?
You're doing great. Yes, they're ready. You just start, then you go.
Wow. $13:45.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm behind by 2 hours from where they said that.
Yeah.
Well, what do they know?
Yeah, I was figuring he might be having neck problems by now, but apparently he's worked the things out. Although it is still early in the race. And I'm also surprised how well he held up in the desert, considering he's from the Northwest. I thought the heat would have crushed him. He said he did have vomiting, but I mean, looking at the time splits, he's had the lead ever since the middle of the night of that first night in Arizona for more than 48 hours now. He's looking very good, very strong, and it's going to be very difficult for the other riders to catch him.
All right, go ahead, Alton. Go ahead.
What has happened with Allen? Look at our chair. He slimed our chair. Anyway, he came in. He's going great. The weather conditions are great. He wanted a 5-minute break. That was kind of a plan all along. He comes in for 5 minutes. We ice his feet, give him a quick rub down, say a few encouraging words. They grease up the bike chain, take care of all the little specifics there. He's back on the bike and he's gone. 5 minutes. It's timed.
You know, Alan's just bottom line. When no matter what anybody says, Alan's kicking butt. He's keeping at his pace, most importantly of all. And I don't want him to get ahead or behind of himself. He just needs to ride his ride. And I think that's really the route he's trying to do right now. But if you're trying to compare to some times, he's around 8 days, 12 hours, 8 days to 9 hours. And that's some 9 hours off a setting record pace time. So I think Alan's doing awesome.
Nutrition always plays an important part in the race, but you also have to satisfy your taste buds, because when you've eaten the same food for 2 or 3 days in a row, you got to have something new for variety or you just go crazy.
Breadsticks.
Okay. Let's
Pizza.
take one piece out here.
Okay.
Let me go get a napkin.
Mickey, what's going on here today?
Pizza delivery. Alan is absolutely flying. It took us 40 minutes to catch up to him. He's doing about 21, 22 miles an hour on this whole stretch, so he's flying.
Go, Al! Go, pedal man!
I'd like you to get out and film, Alan, or Adam. Think you can do that for us?
Well, he got the massage.
Oh, okay. Where to get a massage? That 5-minute one.
Up on the radio, please.
Sorry?
Up on the radio, please.
Okay. Steve said, hey guy, you're in first place, you're there for a reason. It's because you're drinking the right stuff for your performance. He said you gotta make a choice between performance or luxury. He says choose performance. You've got the rest of your life We go apple
to drink
juice.
crap.
He said, why is he having a root beer then?
He said every once in a while, when it's really bad, you can reward yourself with something, make it very small amounts, very, very infrequent. So that's why he wanted to do this. He wanted something different.
Listen to yourself this time. This is it. Gumbo. You need to form a committee or a coalition or people against RAAM. It's like inhuman.
I told you, real friends don't let their friends ride right.
You guys are real friends. I don't agree, but I know what you mean. I just want to see the finish line right now.
You'll get there.
Honey buns. I need honey buns.
No.
I'm gonna be slowing down.
I don't think you know how.
I mean, I'm gonna be slowing down. I can't keep this pace.
Yeah, he's really tired right now. His radio had to come in for repairing during that time. We weren't able to chit-chat and all, so he's really tired right now. So have it there and ready in case he does pull in, but that's what he's saying he's going to do.
Okay, we're all kind of standing out here on the side. We'll all get in the motorhome and start heading east. I think I see you coming right now. In fact, I do see you coming. So we'll get in the motorhome and pull out. You'll go past the time station, and then we'll go find something up ahead. Here you come, I see you.
Okay, I did call Jack. I don't know if you guys are talking there, but I told him we'd be there shortly, and you need to be 8 to 10 miles out of town. This thing should have already been rolling.
Well, Jack was inside, we're all outside, and he was talking to me at the same time I was talking to Peter. It wasn't that far apart, Dave, sorry.
Okay, please hurry. Where'd I hear 10 miles? I said I'm tired now.
Alan, I'm going to try and get ahead of you. It kind of depends on where I can find a spot and how fast you're going. We'll go as soon as we can get off and find a good spot, all right?
Sorry.
Okay, Alan, we'll get there as fast as we can, all right?
Yeah. At 12.9, there's one of those picnic tables on
Route
rides.
book says at 1.1 miles there's a little park on the right. We're going to aim for that.
Okay, and then yeah, just pile out and we'll get him in there.
Gotcha.
here, bud.
So you get some sleep, Alan. They're pushing each other hard, so
that's going to be hard for Alan's got to be aware of that, because that's going to be a motivation for them.
still gaining. He gained 50 minutes this leg.
Well, here we are, day 4, I believe, going down for our 3rd sleep break. We're pretty early tonight. Alan just hit the wall. We've been pushing pretty hard and building the lead, and hadn't planned on stopping at 12 o'clock. We're about 5 hours early, but what do you do when your rider wants off the bike? We got a pretty comfortable lead, so we're going to try and get him an hour and a half of sleep and move forward.
Alan popped a tire, so I was like, okay. I put a new wheel on it, and we didn't get 3 minutes down the road. He popped another tire, and I was like, okay, not a problem. So when I went to go grab the other wheel, I put the other wheel on, and I was cramped, and then I had to make drinks, and then I had to fill in the computer. It was crazy, but it came through all right. And then we just popped another tire about a half hour ago. But it's okay. It's okay, because I'm a champ. I'm a stud. You see this? I'm a pro tire changer, baby.
Well, we're hoping that we can convince him to go until about midnight. If he can get that far, I don't know. The deeper we get into the race, the tireder he is generally, and then it's just so hard to continue on at a 23, 24-hour pace. So we'll see. We're going to aim for about midnight or 2 a.m. tomorrow before he takes another sleep break, and see how it goes. But at this point in time, it's just play it by ear, minute by minute, hour by hour, so we have to be ready for anything at any time.
Ready is a term that I don't feel comfortable using. Do I have to do it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
There you go. Keep going, buddy.
Get to do it, buddy. Yep.
But he managed to stay awake. We kept talking. Alan would just get tired. He stopped at one intersection, one stop sign, fell asleep, put his head down on his aero bars, and he was snoring. Peter jumped out and said, "Hey, Alan, wake up, wake up."
Well, Alan took off about, I think about 6 o'clock this morning, 5 o'clock this morning, and has been riding through the heat of the day. It's not really that hot today. It's in the low 80s, high 70s, pretty muggy. Been experiencing a bit of a headwind for the last 40, 50, 60 miles or so. But the biggest problem is just sheer fatigue. He is so tired. He's now gone almost through Kansas on 4.5 hours of sleep since he started last Sunday morning. It's really a difficult thing to do. We've got to keep him talking, and the crew's got to keep talking to him constantly. If we stop talking, he basically will fall asleep on the bike. It becomes a real challenge to come up with things that stimulate his mind and allow him to stay going. At this point in time now, he is just exhausted. We're about 8 to 10 miles outside of the last time station, which I don't remember what that is right now. So anyway, we've got to keep him going when he's on the bike, and right now we've got to get him down and let him sleep.
He got an hour and a half of sleep last night in the dark. He went to sleep earlier than he had hoped to. We were aiming for the 4 a.m. time frame. He made it to, if memory serves me right, about 12:30. Should he be sleeping? I really would have liked to seen him gone until tonight. Our original plan was to have him sleeping early in the morning, which is generally his slowest time. Alan, in his mind right now, is very, very tired, and he wants to sleep, but every RAAM competitor does. And in fact, it was a whole lot worse last year, so it really wasn't that much. So all we can do now is ride from this moment on as optimal as we can, and hopefully he doesn't want to try to sleep again tonight in the morning. I can guarantee you if Stefan was there, or even if Kish was within 2 hours or 3 hours of him, he would not be getting off the bike. Alan would be charging through. So we're going to be brutally honest with him on that. We're going to be brutally honest with him that he was a whole lot worse last year and kept pushing through. And, you know, RAAM, he didn't train all year to ride RAAM easier. He rode it to ride it faster.
Al, good morning, Alan.
Good morning.
Anything you want to say to people back home? Don't ride RAAM.
Because of your sponsorship, I'm able to endure pain like this. Without people like you, I wouldn't be in this misery. Why is there a blister on my tongue? I haven't done anything.
Let's see.
I think I can still get in from this end.
Do you like claw close? Becky, where's the list of
Alan, they're coming. Earlier today, you passed the halfway mark. How does that make you feel?
Like this is a really long race because I feel like I've been doing this forever and I'm just halfway.
Here you go, my friend.
You'd think that it'd be like, hey, cool, I'm halfway, but it's like, it's more like, I'm only halfway?
Hey, you're back up.
We're hoping he's going through the night. He's going to go through the night now. He doesn't get a choice now. He's had 2 luxurious hour-and-a-half sleeps. I mean, what kind of human want more than just 3 hours of sleep in one day? This guy's got to get out and do some work now. He's been laying around too much, enjoying the nice afternoon sun.
He's gaining weight.
He's gaining weight. I don't know how he's doing that.
Yeah. Well, it's weenie across America. We've got to push him a little bit harder. This is RAAM, toughest race in the world.
Yeah, you can't be a wimp like this. Get his rear in gear. We'll get him going here.
Train to win, not to.
Right here, Crouch. Right here.
Oh, good. So it's not soreness,
It's gone, it's trim my neck. It's done. It's done. My neck failed again. We're in Collins, Missouri. And we have a brace. And we'll use it, I'll keep going. And never do this again.
The traction contraption was basically Shermer neck. You can't hold your head up, and it's a device that we designed kind of a rough form for last year to finish the race, and now he's having to use it again this year. To hold his head up, we got to keep it from compressing back, so I just needed a support out here to hold it. So then we have to get that support out there. Well, this point of the helmet kind of sticks up kind of high, so Al and I talked for quite a while about using aluminum alloy strap, and it's got some flexibility, but we also can bend it without breaking it, so it's not a high tensile, but just flexible. We glued some foam on the back. We got a strap on here so that he can take and hook this on and ride with it. If his head starts getting a little tired, if he wants some extra support, he reaches up. Has to reach up and grab that support and hook it under the strap. With the strap hooked like that, he's got the ability to turn his head, and he just has a waistband. And that's the idea. We want to support his head, hang it out in front. When he's down in his prone position riding his bicycle, he's got support if he wants it. He can remove it and continue riding with that upper strap. And it's light enough that he can get up and get the push and the vertical motion and not have restraint from this thing. So that's it.
Go for it. You're in the lead. You're a winner. This seems vaguely familiar and extremely miserable.
Ready, Al? Okay. Good job, Alan!
Ready?
Go. All right! Woo!
Well, to say the least about Alan, he's tired, he's hungry, he's grumpy. He's going through a lot of the same problems, but the bottom line is he's ridden a whole lot better, a whole lot faster, and none of these problems happened this late in the race. Alan's doing a lot better, even though he's going through problems. I mean, it was to be expected. Just keep him talking about something that he enjoys, and you know how hard it is to talk about something that Alan enjoys. It's something that keeps his interest. We all like stuff like baseball or something simple, but Alan's the stuff that he enjoys, we don't even freaking know about.
Adam. He's the infamous.
Hey Adam, you want to come?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, you better jump in.
Okay.
He fessed up.
Hello?
Hi. You're doing great.
I love you too.
Okay. You're doing great.
The blood's coming out. That's good.
You're 14 hours and 37 minutes ahead of Kish.
That's
at
unbelievable.
Collins.
That's
Collins,
unbelievable.
Missouri.
Alan's actually, he's doing really well. He's got a lot of confidence right now, but he's really, really tired. At this point, he's only slept about 8 hours so far into the race. This rest here will probably put him up about 9.5, where we're about 1,600 miles into the race, 1,700 miles into the race or more. He's really having a problem midday in the heat when it gets really warm, and because of his sleep deprivation, it really drags him down in the heat. And then the other time of the day that he gets really tired is in the morning, around 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, just before sun breaks. And those are our toughest times, his toughest times. But in between those times, he's really riding strong. His neck did go out last night. He now has to use his neck brace that has been modified from what we used last year. It's a lot better shape than it was last year. But he's still able to ride strong. It's just the heart of a lion, the heart of a champion that makes him go on.
Talking doubling your shorts up? Is that what you were saying?
And I just finished another sleep break, so I'm looking forward to pedaling through a cool evening. I could practically walk my bike and still stay ahead. The last we calculated, which was, the only information was Collins, Missouri, I apparently have a 14-hour and 37-minute lead, which I did not expect to have. Okay, let's go.
Okay. Okay, we got plenty of clearance.
Do away with one, meaning you'd still have the others, saddle sores or neck injuries. You think you'd be back in the game?
The neck thing's much easier to deal with. The saddle sore pain is so intense. The raw, exposed, never-ending 1,000 miles. That is impossible to deal with. I hope that just different saddles, different position, different this, different that would do it, but apparently I've got a soft tush.
You turn off that light.
I don't mind saying this is a cool looking bridge.
I think it's cool looking.
No, you on 66, route corner 8, Jim Zazama. Curve my thumb on my hammer. How far y'all roll? I'm 20 miles out, 40 miles out, 88 to mathematical or good show.
I rode from San Diego, California. Left Sunday.
How long did it take you from San Diego from Miami? Now tell the truth, but you eat because you must be leading.
I'm in the lead by about 14 and a half hours right now over second place.
That's pretty good. Intelligent mind say give him some fries and some potatoes and hell with the hamburger. And you roll like I roll, I walk and then I roll. You pump it up day before it's Gump ain't had nothing on your pump.
Okay, clean it up.
Y'all keep rolling.
Alan, how's the seat feel?
It hurts. It hurts bad.
You seem to be in pretty good spirits during this leg of the race. You feel like you can go on for a few more hours?
Yeah, I want to. I ride better at night, assuming I can stay awake. And you guys have been keeping me awake very well. The crew's been doing a great job keeping me awake. And unfortunately, the motorhome is further down the road again. So I want to get down to it. I'm even hoping that I could wake up after the sun comes up and get maybe another time station in, and then take a good 3-hour sleep break. It'd be the first. I've only done hour to hour and a half breaks since the start.
For the most part, he did a really good job. In the first part of this time station, it was a real thugged out town, so it was kind of creepy. But Alan rode really well. He's tired. He's got lots of fatigue. He rode 15 miles an hour from the get-go, and as time progressed, he started to ride a little bit better and a little bit better, a little faster. And he's tired, and I know this, and he knows it, and everyone in the crew just wishes we could just keep him going and keep him motivated. But right now, it's actually pretty difficult. We hope we can find some way to get him just to this next time station. This is the way it's going to go, and we're going to see how it goes, all right?
Proud of you today. You're doing great, buddy.
Kish
Wonderful.
Kish is catching.
No, hey, Alan. He's not catching. He's falling behind. I just checked the numbers. Right.
It's going to be harder to hold if he's falling.
He's falling behind, buddy. He's falling behind.
But I got to sleep now. He's going to go straight.
You're going to sleep now, and he's going to sleep again. He can't go straight through.
He does 36-hour stretches. I can't.
Not at the end of this, he can't.
He just did.
And he fell behind when he did it.
He's going
4 time stations behind.
He's too bad.
Stop.
Let's get up
Let's
there.
go to bed. Let's go to bed.
But I went through a 2. Indianapolis. He's on his way there.
Okay. 4 time stations behind.
2.
Come on.
He's only 2 behind me.
It seems like he's getting a little edgy about Kish and seems to think that Kish is actually catching up with him. Comment.
This is a real difficult thing for Alan to handle right now. In last year's race, he was the chaser. He was always trying to catch up with somebody in front of him. This year, he's in front, and he's in front by a margin that's significant enough that it will allow him to win the race, assuming nothing dramatic happens. So yeah, I think he's kind of making this up in his mind and kind of going a little hallucinogenic on us a little bit at times. But I think he knows what he's doing. He's doing it on purpose so he can get an affirmation from us that he's going to win and that he needs to keep pushing himself to make sure that happens.
This is the time right now where you got to start thinking positive thoughts as best you can, okay? You just got a couple more times out there.
Atlantic City.
Okay, positive thoughts.
Beach to beach.
A few minutes on the bike, those will stretch out.
This is the long street.
Where was he going?
very apprehensive, thinking that Kish is going to make a move on him, but we keep convincing him not. Six. How do you convince these guys that they're so far away that there's no danger in them?
Well, there is. They're not so far.
So, enough of that sleep. Nobody sleeps in RAAM. Okay, I just got Mr. Rob Kish in at Marshall at 11:06. You smoked him on that leg, Al. You did it in 2:57. He did it in 4:16. That was not a sleep break for him unless he just got off the bike, because he had a sleep break at Effingham.
I'd just like to point out that Dave has been with Mickey for maybe less than 20 hours, and look what Mickey has done.
Roast beef, something like that?
Roast beef or turkey. Somehow Alan thinks this is a deli here. We have custom ordered sandwiches. Let's see. Peter doesn't want to eat. Mickey, bologna. Dave, a deli sandwich. What did he want, turkey or roast beef?
Roast beef, pay attention.
Okay, there we go. Handmade by Becky Zabel.
Okay.
I don't want to touch with my hand either.
Take it that way.
Thank you.
Food, Al, you're going to have one huge dookie that you're going to have to stop and take.
No, that was us. This guy was showering twice a day. We had, what, we've had 2 showers in 6 days.
Hey, put this on me. Put this on me. Look at this. See these faces right here? Yeah, this is the first time I got a shave was this morning. And here's another thing. He's had more solid meals than us. And
That's
way
true.
more showers. We smelt.
Now, you know, we were trying to remember what we came up with a stupid name for your book like 3 nights ago. Do you remember what that name was? Is that what it was?
Shut up, my butt hurts.
Yeah, that's it.
What's the
This is the world.
This
This is RAAM.
This is good reality television.
All we do. This is like the real world TV, except this just follows the cyclist, but it happens
Here
in
you
here.
go. You think you know, but you have no idea.
Yeah, but my butt hurts.
Diaries of RAAM. Alan's cold. So he's putting on his thermal vest.
Bagels, please, somebody hop out. Give me bagels.
Bagels?
Bagels.
We can only do so much.
Do we have any apple cinnamon ones?
Apple cinnamon. I don't know.
Bags of apple cinnamon, where'd they go?
Find them.
Apple cinnamon.
We'll hand off to you.
I've got them. We'll hand them off as you're going down the road.
Does that answer your question?
You know what? And this is actually going to be mine.
You're not sleeping here, Alan. You're not sleeping here. You already took a sleep break tonight.
But you know what? You look so much better. Though. Ready? Okay. Up you go.
You're fading off on me. Okay. And I need you to keep drinking. You got plenty of calories. Okay. You need to keep water in you.
That's good stuff.
Okay.
How many miles are we from the end? No.
From the end.
Like 650 or something.
You're going through a lot more last year and you pushed yourself through it. I mean, you were
It's
just...
like, why this year? It's like, I don't.
Because
nobody
you wanted
cares. I don't even
first.
know why I'm doing it.
Because you wanted first.
You know, I was doing okay, and now I'm just like.
You trained for 9 months to do this thing, and we're going to get you through.
I'm tired of being cold.
Well, right through the sun will come up.
Ready to go. Not for a long time yet. And that is why I've truly decided that I will never do this again. Ever. Ever. No. Thank you. Let's go.
Syntace, maker of fine cycling products and proud sponsor of Allen's 2003 Race Across America.
Okay, last crew change was middle of the night, or no, morning, I guess, somewhere in there. We had hoped to make it to a certain point where you could get the motorhome, but the motorhome couldn't get there fast enough. So, as we had planned all along, he got to sleep in the van. Good news is Alan had a nice place to sleep that was nice and warm. Bad news is the crew, reminiscent of last year, had a cold couple hours outside. I don't know exactly how long they were outside, but they were very, very happy to see us arrive with the motorhome, at which point the motorhome had 10 people inside of it and one person inside the van. It was a moment full of aroma, some moments of humor. We all got a laugh out of it. It was a RAAM experience.
Right now we're going through some hilly territory in eastern Ohio, getting through our last stage before we get into the hills of West Virginia, which will be extremely difficult and long, hard climbs for all of the racers, particularly after traveling over 2,500 miles to get to that point.
It's taken 2,450 miles roughly, but I finally found some road in this country worth riding on. Very beautiful here in southeastern Ohio, and even though the hills are short and steep, it's shaded, curved, and quite enjoyable riding. We are much happier today because they finally put the grumpy rider down for 3 hours of sleep that he'd been whining for, and made a big difference, feeling a lot better. Looking forward to getting to Atlantic City. We're about 500 miles away, and going to be going through the mountains of West Virginia, and I'm really looking forward to it. Very beautiful out here. Definitely worth seeing.
What we call a strawberry SE smoothie. And what it does, it allows him to get his appropriate intake of sustained energy endurance drink, fuel, without the ugly taste of it. So what we do is we have our nice, handy, portable home blender that we have hooked up to an inverter here in the van. First thing we do is we open the thing, clean hands, use a couple of handfuls of ice. About that much. Then we bought some pureed or sliced strawberries that we add to the mixture here. About that much. Exact measurements, Alan. Remember, you wanted exact measurements? That's how much it was. Okay. Now we carefully get into his SE bottle, and it's 3 scoops, never more, never less. So we need to add a little bit of water. I mean, an exact measurement of water. That's the exact measurement right there. And place the lid, and we go. Check the appropriateness. That looks just a little thick. My measurement on water was just a little off, so we add just a little water. Again, exact measurements, Alan. Alan likes to have ice in the jug with the smoothie so the smoothie stays cold on these warm days. So we put a little bit of ice in here. Then we take the smoothie and pour it in. Now notice the almost exact measurements on the look at that. Did I get that or what? Now we're ready to do the handoff, and I think he'll like this one. Let's just taste to see how it makes, or not taste, but make sure it comes out okay. Oh yeah, it comes out just fine. So we're set to go, and we'll do a handoff here. Slow down, Jeff.
Did 1.4 miles of it.
Now I'm really starting to question Greg's directions.
Parkersburg, West Virginia. We did a nice shift. He got a nice break just outside of London, put him down for 3 hours. He got real tired during the night. When he woke up, he was bright-eyed, chipper. He was some of the statements he made along the way are like, you know, this is a nice Sunday morning ride. I like this. So if this wasn't RAAM, I'd be enjoying myself here. And he was floating through the rolling hills. There were some real steep grades, but short hills, and he was just plowing right through those things like they were fun. He was smiling. He was joking around. We were having a great ride through there. And so we're going to give him a little extra sleep here. He's got time, and then we'll move on.
I was actually wanting a burger and fries.
Oh. Well, this is from that good restaurant. This is better.
Well, yeah, you should be tired, but I mean, you're not all healthy and ugly.
With a 15-hour time yak, he's got such a big window to play with that he might as well sleep sleep more and have a more relaxed feel about the race. All right, because as you notice, the more sleep he gets, the faster he's going to be on the bike. The RAAM is a delicate balance. Every minute off the bike makes you stronger on the bike. So if he takes 3 hours and he rides at 17 miles an hour, his net gain would be the same as if he slept 1 hour and rode at 15 something, right? But the positive aspect is he's going to feel a lot better when he's riding at the higher average speed. So I always like to sleep more for that reason.
Oh, wait.
Yep, looks good.
You brush your teeth? This is RAAM. You don't brush your teeth on RAAM.
You want a scraper?
Unless you do it on the... Unless you do it on the bike, which I forgot to do. Everything hurts. But it hurts better because I'm in first place. That makes it feel just a little bit better.
How you feeling, buddy?
Hammered.
I know.
No pun intended. See, hammered. Hammered nutrition.
I think we all feel hammered.
Awesome stuff.
Okay.
Crew Larsen. Awesome stuff.
Okay, buckle your neck.
Bungee cord bra for neck brace, not so cool.
Now we gotta figure that out.
Thank you. Out of it. Yes, one be home.
Take your shower, Sam. Yeah. Let me make sure it's
It's cold out.
Tired. Extreme sleep deprivation. This stinks.
Even as tired as I am, I still find time to look good. If at this point in the race, Alton, if he's going to have a big climb, he's going to choose the 5900 over either of the other white foils because it's about 4 to 6 pounds lighter. We go through fill ice, just lube his bike, clean it up, make sure it's ready. We'll change out snacks for us because we get hungry. Basically, we just try to make sure that the place is clean, ready to go, that we don't have really any problems. But basically, we just get on top of it and fill all of his drinks, all of his nutritional needs, get the van ready, get his bikes ready, and everybody knows where to fall into order.
Okay.
Make it so Alton doesn't have to do anything besides just get on the bike and pedal.
All he has to do is just pedal. He's like a machine.
It's so simple.
Harold said that there's a good rule of thumb for RAAM. It says if you as a person trailing are not within 10% of the distance remaining for the leader, you have no chance. Kish is 200 miles behind you with 300 miles to go. he would have to be within 30 miles of you to have a chance. That rule has never been broken. Nobody has ever overcome that rule of thumb.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep that bike a rolling. Keep that bike a rolling.
Rawhide.
Rawhide.
Alton, Larsen. Woo-hoo!
We thank you for the safety that you've given us for our crew and for Alan. We can continue that until we get back home to our families.
We've been tired on this trip. We've done long hours. We're all weary. We've all said things that we didn't mean to say. We've all interpreted things that were interpreted wrong. And I just pray that when RAAM is over, we're all able to put those aside and continue the wonderful friendships we all had at the.
It's obvious that your spirit is not necessary to finish this right. But I pray for Alan that he would see, the world would see, what it's like for a writer to finish with Jesus Christ.
You know what you're doing, all right. Alan, how'd that 9% hill feel? Good. Coming down.
Oh, that was a blast.
Yeah, he wants to use his Trek 5900 for climbing.
Good, he's coming.
Trek 5900 for climbing mountains.
Oh, my crotch. Holds me down all day.
Good job, Alan!
You want us to go to the top and get the blue bike for going down?
I'm going to take a rest. I think I earned it.
You did.
Yeah. When he realized that this was the summit, he pumped his fist and then just got down and went for it. It's like, I think he deserves this too.
Coming down the hill. There was no stop at the top, but he's on his way down.
I mean, that was the last big climb of RAAM. And I just went over it feeling good. And then I also realized that why stop in the heat and try to cool down? I can just sit on my butt and coast down a 5-mile long hill and let the wind cool me like a big radiator. Great. I want ice cream sandwiches.
Ice cream sandwiches?
And ice water, or a little bit of root beer. A little bit. Is there root beer? Yeah.
This is the typical diet of a RAAM racer, all right? He had
Not important right now.
2 servings of milk, 200 calories. A Klondike ice cream bar, 280 calories. 2 peanut butter cookies, 400 calories. A turkey sandwich, 350 calories. A root beer soda, 240 calories. And 1.5 glasses of water. Total of 1,470 calories and 30 ounces of water.
So right now his 3-hour averages on calories are sitting at 595.83 and his water is at 38. So he doesn't need to eat or drink for a little while. By the way, that's not a typical calorie or intake diet for a RAAM rider. That's junk food for somebody that knows he's going to win and is taking it easy. We just passed through Hancock, Maryland, and we're on our way to Rouserville, Pennsylvania. Alan's been riding since about 9 o'clock this morning. Took about a 4-hour break. He knows that he now has the win in the bag as long as he can ride steady and ride safely, not have an accident, break a leg or something like that. So he's confident that he's got the win. Anyway, he's been riding fairly steady and strong. There were very mountainous stages this morning, and he just pedaled right up them. I talked to one of the race officials, Harold, that's been following us for the whole race, and he says, my gosh, I don't know how he can continue to do that up these big hills this late in the race, but he just keeps powering right up them. He's done a great job, and he's going to kind of got a nice tailwind right now, and he's going to cruise on in as far as he can.
Now that he knows for sure that he has the win in the bag, has that changed his attitude on the bike at all?
Yes, I think it has. He's become much more relaxed. He's not pummeling us for information on where's Kish every 3 minutes like he was there through Ohio and Indiana. So yeah, it's been a lot more comfortable pace for us as a crew because we know it's relatively safe in the bag. But yeah, he's a lot more relaxed and easy to get along with right now.
Final stretch. Well, final-ish stretch. Can't wait to see my wife and kids. It's one of the few things that keeps me going. One of the few things that keeps me going, thinking about Teresa, Kimberly, and Faith.
Hey, Al. Proud of you, brother.
Alan, when do you plan to get in tomorrow?
I don't know. I got 200 miles to go, and I'm going to go just as fast as I can, and I'm hoping that I can do it without any more sleep of any significance. And I don't know. Should be early Tuesday morning, and we'll see you there. And I will not repeat this performance.
We are in Spring Grove, Pennsylvania, paper mill town. Yeah, we've got a real enthusiastic club that does a lot of this kind of thing. We have a couple of century rides that draw 500 people every year here, and it's a real active cycling club. It's easy to get people out, and it's easy to get volunteers.
Say hi to Sharon. Hello, Sharon. I'm near the end. I can't wait to be at the end because that's where my wife and little two girls are. The first time I can actually claim that I didn't know any better, and the second time I can only say that I'm stupid. It was nice meeting you, and I won't. Okay.
Go out. Go out.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
I am so
so happy to see this man.
You're the first American champion in 4 years.
I know. It's all him, it's not me.
There have been many fantastic champions in RAAM's history, but no man combines the values of family, of faith, of compassion and strength than this man. Excuse my emotion, but what this man's been through and what he sacrifices and for what this race has been through this year. I want to congratulate you, Alton Larsen. You're a champion of Race Across America.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I was out there thinking, what are you going to say? And I have to thank a number of people. First and foremost, my Savior, Jesus Christ. Without Him, I can do nothing. In Him, through His strength, I can endure. My wife and kids who I miss so much. Thank you for the sacrifices you made. And last but not least, a crew of 10 people who, you think RAAM is hard, try crewing for RAAM for me sometime. I think I put them through the ringer way more than they had anticipated, way more than I had anticipated. And, but we all still love each other. We're all still together. They got me here. Without them, I couldn't have done one bit of this. Thank you, each and every one of you. Can they come up?
I'm going to bring them up in just a second. First of all, the race director would like to present something to you. Some flowers for Teresa. With them, a medallion that only a few people on the planet get to wear. This is the finisher medallion. It shows that he is a finisher, but also the champion of Race Across America in 2003. So much of your life is giving to other people, so I won't keep the people that you love the most away from you much longer. I just want to give the media here and all these people from Atlantic City that's been amazed by what you've done. They know about your back problems in the past. They know what you put up with. How big a part is faith? And you gave me a quote from Corinthians at the start. Would you want to take a stab at it?
You did this to me last year. And it's like, in my mind, I'll try.
Okay.
Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. Everyone who enters the game goes into strict training. They do it to receive a crown that will not last, but we do it to receive a crown that will last forever. Therefore, I do not run like a man running aimlessly. I do not fight like a man beating the air. No, I beat my body and make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself might not be disqualified for the prize.
Alton Larsen quoting the good book, the best book of them all. Alton, if you don't mind, if you could come to stand right back of this red banner here, I want to tell you, you probably know about this, but you're one of the few men that's beat the 9-day barrier for Race Across America. 8 days, 23 hours, 36 minutes. Oh yeah, put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. This is the championship crew. This is the first family of Race Across America right now. The first family. Let's faith and three together. There you go. Yeah, there's the family, everybody. Hi, I'm Scott Johnson, at the finish line for Race Across America in 2003. Yeah, Alton Larsen was a champion today, but I gotta tell you, the champion of all time, that's Owens Meats. If you're hungry, give him a call.